So it's either cat lady or aesthetic girl. There's no in between. Hey internet, I'm Ratu, your hub mass reader, and today feeling productive. Well, it's a long weekend, so I hope I can shoot another or do another challenge, which is for BookTube Malaysia, and the February theme content or kontenbertema this time is called Berharga or valuable. Yeah, contextually it means valuable, or in this case it specifically tailors to you yourself, where in Malay tagline it's called like kerana diriku berharga or dirimu berharga, that means you, or basically in English it means you're worth it or you're valuable. And in my head it almost resonates to the self-care or self-love theme or expression, where you should put value for yourself first, or you should love yourself first before you can learn to spread the love for others or appreciate others more, when you should be appreciating yourself more. And it's such a lovely weather today in my area because New Zealand is having summer season, and like finally the place where I live in has some sun for this long weekend. So as you can see, I'm wearing a sport attire because I'm gonna go for a leisure walk, not an extreme kind of sport or activity, just a leisure walk around this particular track or area called, I don't know, I have to look it up again, something wetland. I hope it's not wet. And I don't think I can finish the book the book I'm currently reading is called The Cat Who Caught a Killer by L.T. Shearer. I hope that's how to pronounce Shearer. Either way, this is in the genre of called as cozy mystery. Well, I feel it might be a good leisure and cozy read during your spare time or relaxing day. And why do I feel this way? Because I also clean my house, well, because of inspection, and so I'm not a hot mess anymore. I'm a tidy person now. Maybe we'll see about that in a few weeks time. Later on I'll be doing like an aesthetic vlog, maybe an attempt on an aesthetic vlog, so just enjoy the b-roll, okay? If I can, I'll try to shoot the shots of me doing the trails and just showing you the lovely weather here specifically in Christchurch, Canterbury, New Zealand. Otherwise, if I can't finish this book, I will also just I will show you around my collection of books that I bought in New Zealand, and also the ones that I brought from Malaysia. Yeah, because that's how much I can share with you at the moment while trying to stay in theme. I am just using this as an excuse. I'm just feeling the sunny summer hot girl vibe at the moment, finally. So yeah, stay tuned. Alexa, play non-copyright aesthetic music.
On this echo until you cancel. Terms in the Alexa app. Should I start your free trial and play the requested music?
No. fabulous native dish.
Dan last.
So while I'm still matching, let's record a video. And I just finished, well, not really just finished, but a few days ago I finished reading The Cat Who Caught a Killer by L.T. Shearer. And let me tie them out with our theme content for the month, and that is Berharga, or in English, or contextually in English, it means valuable or worthy or worth it, which basically means because I'm worth it or because you're worth it. So throughout this whole video, there's some mesh of what I've been doing throughout the month of February. And fittingly, even though it's the month of, well, for other culture it's Valentine's month or Valentine's Day, particularly in 14th of February, the theme valuable can be tied for other acts of value or worth, such as valuing other people's lives and appreciation for things or gifts, or even for yourself. And because the month of February, I just have this aesthetic girl kind of feeling and vibe. Ignore that sound because I don't know how to work out this weird sound system, alarm system in my house at the moment. Bear with me. Anyway, about the book, I just finished reading it, and it's about a cat, a calico cat, this cutie here, named Conrad, who adopts or meet a lady called Lulu Lewis. She's a retired, well, I say retired like she is a resigned police officer or investigator. And Lulu Lewis is currently, I wouldn't say living in this place called Beckenham area. And starting off in the story is that she's living on a boat, yeah, in a canal area, and she's trying to process the grief and the loss of her husband just about 3 months ago. Yeah, she's in her Ida phase, guys, okay? So don't you dare hit on her. And yeah, so 3 months ago her husband passed away, and then she lived around Beckenham area, where her mother-in-law lives there at a retirement home. And unfortunately her mother-in-law is now what do you call, senile, or has Alzheimer. So and she's such a good daughter-in-law because she always visit this mother-in-law. Now, this is where, but mind you, this book is a cozy mystery crime kind of genre. Yeah, so just pick it up because I saw a cat and I was feeling like buying a book at the time. Bought it last year. Anyway, so the story starts when, well, like the plot started to take place when she just visited the mother-in-law, and then after few days later it was announced that her mother-in-law passed away suddenly, just like that. And everyone ruled out the death as, you know, old age or heart attack and stuff like that, but her police instinct refused to believe that, and she and Conrad set out on this adventure or journey to find out the actual cause or the truth of the death of her mother-in-law. And overall, I think it's a cozy read. So I'll tie in about how funnily, because it's a cozy read, it means like it's not too, the stakes are not too high. But it has its interesting and fun and adventurous moment, and just a cozy read, because what I like is also the setting that they're describing about the area of Beckenham, which is a place in UK, and they describe a lot of the shops. I haven't googled what the legibility of the legit the legitness, the validity of the settings or locations mentioned in this book, but I think it is legit. Oh my god. And then yeah, so it's nice reading, like she goes to this one point and travel to another point, visiting all these, like, the places where her mother-in-law love. And this is where I think, in terms of tying back to the theme, is that we, well, because it's her trying to process the death. She just faced the death of her husband, and now she's facing and processing the death of her mother-in-law. And it does teach you or tell you the value of the people you love. And sometimes, apart from grieving and reflecting about death and losses and wallow in our sadness, we should also celebrate the things that they have affect or influence us or touch your heart in such a profound manner, or even as subtle, soft manner as well. So in this case, there were one scene I like that part, was that was tired and just frustrated about things didn't go her way at the time, and then, or people didn't believe her mother-in-law's death was probably was staged, like people were set out to kill her mother-in-law. So what she did was, she and the cat, they set out to visit each of this area in Beckenham, not mistaken, and just trying to appreciate and remember the good things about her mother-in-law, instead of how her mother-in-law at the very end of her life died, because well, not really died, like at the very end of her life became senile, hard to remember everyone. But the truth is, she had lived life well enough, and to a certain degree to the fullest. And I think that's actually one, maybe to a certain degree, one of the key takeaway from this book, apart from enjoying the cat, the talking cat. Yes, like, this cat can talk and very smart. It's cute. Overall, love the, well, I wouldn't say love the book. Well, here's the thing, my slight jab, but even then, it was just me trying to laugh it off, because I think to a certain degree it is kind of realistic, though maybe a bit generalizing, I guess. I don't know, because I haven't explored the author, whether she's actually like an English person herself as well or not, and whether she's an white English lady, because this Lulu Lewis, she assumes this slight rich white privilege undertone. But I think it is kind of realistic in a sense, because these kind of people, they don't sometimes they don't mince what they say, or they don't mean what they say, because out of their background or where they come from. So they tend to, what was the funny part for me? I don't remember, but I did like put it in my Insta story of all the shots that I was thinking, okay, Lulu, we get your white privilege, like she can only fly first class, or she doesn't get it, or she tries to correct some of these non-native English speaker. And I don't want to go and do a deep dive on this book. If I try to analyze further, it's just a little bit of this and there, but it's not really something that hinder my enjoyment of reading it. And honestly, because of the cat, I bump it up to 3.5. If you were to ask me in a score range, I'd say this book is a solid. I would say a solid, but it's a 3.5 for me. I mean, it managed to decrease my bank account by $35 because of this cute cat, okay? I know. And no regrets, okay? I have no regrets. And yeah, takeaway, value the people that are in your life, whether they're still living or have passed on, because they really bring the goodness in your life and influence your everyday routine or interaction, or just part of making up who you are actually. And I don't know how I'm gonna edit this video, maybe sporadically, but this video is already long anyway. If I manage, I'm gonna put some b-rolls about the month of February, what I did, which is also doing some self-valuing for myself or self-care in my, well, the moment I heard about this theme content, I can only think about self-love or self-care, and I think I managed to sort of achieve it. Well, it's either cat lady or aesthetic girl. There's no in between. That's all from me. Bye.